Ravens fan, you won't believe what Drew Brees, a true NFL legend, just said about Lamar Jackson. This guy isn't just anyone. He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in history, won a Super Bowl, and shattered records that seemed impossible. And now, he's made an analysis that could completely change the way everyone sees our quarterback. What Brees revealed about Lamar wasn't just a simple compliment. He pointed out something that puts Jackson on a completely different level from any other player who has ever stepped on an NFL field. Are we witnessing one of the greatest of all time in action? And more importantly, what does this mean for the future of the Ravens? If you think you've seen everything about Lamar Jackson, get ready, because this statement is going to shock you. Go Ravens! Lamar Jackson isn't just a great quarterback. He's a player who defies everything we've seen in the NFL. The way he blends speed and passing precision makes it impossible for defenses to predict what will happen. If he wants to run, good luck catching him. If he decides to pass, his improvement as a thrower has proven he can shred any secondary. That's what makes him a true unicorn, a player who simply has no comparison to anyone who has ever played in the league. And if anyone still doubts that, just look at the numbers this season. He broke Michael Vick's record and became the all-time leader in rushing yards by a quarterback. But what's even more impressive is that he's not just a quarterback who can run. He's become one of the best passers in the league. A lot of people thought he'd never reach this level, but he proved them wrong on the field. In 2024, he posted the fourth highest passer rating in a single season in NFL history, showing that his accuracy, field vision, and ability to win games through the air have reached an elite level. This makes him the perfect dual threat. If defenses drop back to prevent the pass, he'll take off and gain huge yardage on the ground. If they press up to stop his running game, he'll punish them with pinpoint throws. And his impact goes way beyond stats. Lamar Jackson is changing the way teams think about the game and forcing coaches to rethink defensive strategies. He can't be labeled as just a running quarterback anymore. He's a complete threat. That's why he's one of the most feared players in the NFL. Week after week, he proves that no defensive scheme can fully contain him, and that's why opposing teams spend so much time trying to figure out how to stop his talent. But the truth is, no one has found a definitive answer for him yet, and this greatness doesn't go unnoticed. When a player dominates the league like this, the biggest names in the sport take notice. That's exactly what happened when Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, took the time to talk about Lamar Jackson. If a future Hall of Famer like Brees is highlighting what makes Lamar so special, it shows just how massive his impact on the NFL really is. When one of the greatest quarterbacks in history takes time to talk about you, it means your impact on the game is undeniable. And that's exactly what happened with Lamar Jackson. Drew Brees, a future Hall of Famer and the holder of multiple historic NFL records, made sure to highlight how unique Jackson is. According to Brees, there has never been a quarterback who could run like him and, more importantly, change the way defenses approach the game. The respect coming from someone with Brees' career only reinforces how special Lamar is. He's not just being praised for his talent, but for how he affects the entire sport. Brees explained that a quarterback like Lamar Jackson forces defenses to change their entire game plan. Normally, teams prepare for quarterbacks who are either strong passers or have some mobility, but Lamar is a complete dual threat. That means defenses can never relax because if they blitz too hard, he escapes and picks up huge yards on the ground. If they drop back in coverage, he uses his accuracy and field vision to carve them up through the air. This creates a nightmare scenario for defensive coordinators because there is no perfect way to stop him. And it's not just on the field that he's changing the NFL. Players like Lamar Jackson are paving the way for the future of the quarterback position, proving that a QB can be elite in multiple ways. The game is evolving, and he's one of the main reasons for that. In the past, many coaches believed a quarterback had to play a certain way to succeed, but Lamar is proving that idea outdated. When an icon like Brees recognizes this, it's confirmation that we're witnessing a player who is redefining the sport. But even though Lamar has earned the respect of the NFL's biggest name, there's still one challenge he must overcome, leading the Ravens to the top. Drew Brees turned his talent into a Super Bowl victory, and that's the one final step Lamar needs to take to cement himself among the all-time greats. If there was ever any doubt about Lamar Jackson's ability as a passer, this season erased it. He didn't just improve, he posted the fourth highest passer rating in a single season in NFL history. That means he was one of the most efficient quarterbacks of all time, combining accuracy, field vision, and complete command of the offense. For those who thought he relied only on his legs, this was the ultimate response. Lamar has proven he can win games with his arm, and that his growth as a quarterback is far from finished. What's even more impressive is how he made this transformation without losing his identity. He's still one of the most dangerous quarterbacks running the ball, but now he can also dismantle defenses with quick throws, smart reads, and pinpoint decision-making. This combination makes him a nightmare for any defense. No matter what opposing teams try, he always has an answer. It's no surprise that his game has fit perfectly into the Ravens' offense, as he can now attack defenses in multiple ways. Drew Brees' recognition further proves this point. He knows what makes a quarterback special, and the fact that he's praising Lamar for how he affects defenses says a lot about his growth. Brees was one of the most accurate passers in history, so if he's highlighting Lamar, it means the improvement is real. This type of recognition doesn't come easily, and Lamar has worked incredibly hard to reach this level. Now, he's not just a great quarterback. He's a player who could dominate the NFL for years to come. But all this evolution and recognition won't mean much if he can't lead the Ravens deep into the playoffs. The next step for Lamar Jackson is proving that he can shine in the biggest moments and turn his talent into championship success. All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but I just realized you haven't hit that like button yet. That's really important so YouTube keeps recommending my content to you, and it helps me keep bringing you the latest Ravens news. So go ahead and smash that like button. It's free. Thanks. Now let's keep going. Lamar Jackson has already proven that he is one of the most dominant players in the NFL, but he still faces a challenge that he must overcome, taking the Ravens to the top in the playoff. He has accumulated impressive numbers, records, and earned the respect of the league's biggest name, but to be remembered as one of the greatest of all time, he needs to win a Super Bowl. And it's this pressure that makes the postseason the ultimate test for any quarterback. He knows he has the talent for it, and now he needs to turn that talent into results when it matters most. The comparison with Drew Brees makes even more sense in this context. Before winning the Super Bowl, Brees was also a respected quarterback who needed that big achievement to solidify his legacy. When he finally led the Saints to the title in 2009, his career changed forever. Lamar Jackson has everything to follow the same path, but he must prove that he can overcome the challenges of the postseason and lead the Ravens to the title. The talent is there, the team system is tailored for him, and now it's time to take the next step. And this doesn't mean that he hasn't been a great player in the playoffs. It simply means that he still needs that one big run to silence any doubts. Quarterbacks are judged by the titles they win, and no one understands this better than Lamar. He knows that he has already made his mark on the league, but he also understands that to be remembered as one of the greatest, he needs to hoist the Vince Lombardi trophy. The good news is that he is more prepared than ever for it, and the team around him has shown that it can keep up with him on this journey. But while the title hasn't come yet, one thing is already clear. Lamar Jackson has earned everyone's respect. When legends like Drew Brees make a point of acknowledging his greatness, it's clear that we're watching a player who is leaving his mark on NFL history. What sets apart great players from true NFL icons? The respect of the greatest names in history. And Lamar Jackson is already in that category. When someone like Drew Brees, who dominated the league for years, takes the time to praise him, it shows that his impact goes beyond numbers and statistics. He is changing the way the game is played, and that's something only true sports geniuses can do. Brees' recognition is not the first, and certainly won't be the last. Over the years, Lamar has been praised by several NFL legends, and more players and coaches admit that they've never faced anyone like him. This shows that his legacy is already being built, regardless of what he still goes on to achieve. The way he challenges defenses, the way his style of play influences the new generation of quarterbacks, and the respect he commands on the field make him a special player. But Lamar Jackson's story is still being written. He's already changed the NFL, broken records, and won individual awards, but the big goal is still ahead. If he can turn all of that into a title, there will be no more debates. He'll be remembered as one of the greatest of all time. And the most interesting part is that he still has time to do it. With the evolution he's shown every year, it's only a matter of time before he gets his big chance to shine on the biggest stage in American football. The road to glory isn't easy, but Lamar has already shown that he doesn't shy away from challenges. And if there's one thing everyone agrees on, it's that when a player of his caliber steps on the field, anything can happen. Drew Brees made it clear. Lamar Jackson is not just a great quarterback. He is a unique talent in NFL history. The way he can dominate games with both his arm and his legs is something that few, if any, other players have done at this level. And when a legend like Brees recognizes this, it's impossible to ignore the impact Lamar has on the league and, most importantly, on the future of the Ravens. Now, the big question is, do you believe Lamar Jackson can lead the Ravens to the Super Bowl and cement his place among the greatest of all time? Or is there still something missing for him to reach that level? Share your opinion in the comments because I want to know what you think. If you liked the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you won't miss any updates on the Ravens. It helps a lot and ensures you stay informed about everything happening with the team.